Alright, we are here. This is episode 144. And you lucky piggies got another Paul pick. You guys can vote in the comments if you just want, Paul block. Let me know.
It's just going to be Paul. We're not going to be here. Bye.
And
see how you hold down the fort.
Godspeed.
Would you ever do a solo episode?
I have with
He kind of did.
La Poma.
Oh yeah, you did do a solo episode. Yeah, you were pretty good at it. That was good. Hats off, rats off to you.
Yeah, gotta see if there's someone else I could do that with, or one of you guys can do that with too.
Possibly.
Yeah, gotta see the experiments of your guys' solo episodes.
I'd be down. I just have to think about I would just have to do a little bit of planning, I think.
Yeah.
It's so rare that I get to actually prepare for the show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Right? Yeah, it feels like we've just kind of been showing up. If you just show up, you'll get a C.
Yeah.
That's my philosophy.
Yeah, same.
It's like the dog. Just show up.
Just show up. Exactly.
But yeah, I am Cannonball Corpse.
Cannibal Corpse. That's how I originally read Cannibal Corpse when I first saw them on Headbangers Ball. I was like, oh, Cannibal Corpse? That's cool. Sick band.
That sounds like a party porno grind band or something.
Cannonball Corpse. Like Party Cannon.
Yeah. It's like
did that band just suck? Did Party Cannon just suck?
I never checked them out.
You know who that is, Fred? Party Cannon?
They got like the
I've
Toys
also
R
never
Us.
checked them out.
Yeah, Toys R Us font.
Yeah, the Toys R Us. Yeah, there you go.
We got Necropansy. And we got Chill As Goyim.
Chill Ass Goyim. Yeah. That's kind of like the deathcore guys you knew in high school.
Yeah, nowadays they got their ears sewn up and tattoos still. And they got beards, a girl, and probably a kid.
Yeah, they're not they're not doing the right thing. They're not shopping at the Jewish market. They're not eating kosher. They're still eating their goy slop. See, that's the little life hack. Just eat what Jewish people eat.
Unpoisoned.
Because people always say, people always say like, oh, there's so many chemicals in the food. It's like not that shit, not the kosher stuff.
Yeah, that shit's blessed.
It's well, I'm not gonna go that far. They just like Larry David. He's like the milk plates, the like special plates. When he's like pretending to be overly Jewish.
Yeah.
Because we used to play Jewish folk songs, Gefilte Fish Blues.
He's all, what songs?
Gefilte Fish Blues. My freaking back is killing me and it's making it hard to quell. Which was the name of the other song. The milk and plates. How can we not have the milk and plates?
Yeah, that's just funny. Let's see. With this past week, we played a show.
Oh yeah, I saw the clips.
Probably my favorite show that we've done so far.
Oh yeah, I thought it was behind San Diego for you.
Yeah. You know what? San Diego was like a whole thing. It's like a whole production. It was a trip. We had some of our friends, and that was really great. I think like honestly, what made it for me was the fact that we showed up. I had time for a cigarette and a beer, and then we just went on, and then we just went back to the car and fucking drank.
Yeah.
Like nope, there was no waiting around. There was no dealing with people I didn't want to deal with. There was no, like, just kind of boring, awkward conversation with people. It was like we played and we were fucking out of there. It's like we didn't even exist. I love that. I love the not having to deal with it. It was so perfect. And our group was great too.
Yeah, we had good parking. Just happened right when you guys pulled in. Something opened up right on the same street, and for those who don't know, Long Beach is terrible parking, like in residential areas, which this was kind of in the heart of. People are like double parking into the streets and shit like that, like at night. It's because there's just like nothing available. So we got some good parking, and then yeah, we played pretty early, like what 7:15 or something. But it seemed like everyone who was at the show from till the end was there from the beginning. So had a decent crowd, small bar, small stage, but really good sound. I think it was due to that.
Yeah, I mean, relatively unknown. I don't know. Sacred Origin plays a lot, but I don't think they're like big. I think they're just like big in the local area, right?
Yeah, yeah, they play
Yeah.
they play a ton.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the idea that if you've never seen us or you don't know who we are, that I don't know, it would probably be cool to see. If I wasn't in the band, I'd be glad to have caught us. If
Yeah,
it was not me.
yeah, and then there was we were able to
I would have gone.
should have, it was free,
Yeah, it was free.
and
That
There was
wouldn't
a bunch
quite
of
cover the
normies
flight
there,
though.
man. It was like normal bar goers.
yeah, there was just
There was like these normal chicks walking in. We're like playing this horrible shit.
yeah, it was like a wine and beer bar, so a bunch of people getting off work because it was on Thursday.
Bunch of
And they're like,
chill-ass
what the
goyim.
fuck is this?
Yeah. And we were able to sound check with the Doom song, so that was cool. And then we were able to play songs from the upcoming record, so like just 2 new ones.
It was kind of funny seeing Vince interact with Alex. He's like, "Oh, so you're Alex, eh?" He's like, "You know Julian?" I'm like, "No, he doesn't know that." He's like asking him all these questions. I'm like, "Oh my god."
You must have heard of me. I am cousin.
You must have heard of me. It's me, a little bit. He told us when we were driving over to Covina. He's like, "I hate when you guys do the voice."
Change your voice.
It's like Christian getting fucking hysterical over like people making fun of his voice. Oh hi, dude, the cousin, dude. It's like when you go, hey dude, it's fucking ass. That was so funny. Raph apparently snapped at him.
Yeah.
Vince, I don't know. Vince seems to like not understand like what the fuck is going on at all. We're loading the stuff back into the car. Vince is like ready to walk out the door with my bag and a glass full of beer from the bar. I'm like, you probably can't go out there with that, dude. And I'm like, just stay here and finish your beer. And then we don't see him for like 45 minutes. And he finally comes back out. He's like, I didn't know what you wanted me to do. You're like, what? Finish your beer and get your ass over to the car. Like, what? How about you text? Like, what do you mean you didn't know what? We didn't want you to wait there. It's like, what? Like, finish your beer. That's what I wanted you to do.
It did. It took me 45 minutes.
And apparently he was asking Raph. Raph is with his little group, with his couple friends and his girlfriend. And Vince is like, apparently like, where are they? Where is it? And Raph goes, I don't fucking know, Vince. Like, Raph snapped at me.
Oh, that's so funny.
So does he actually have a voice that annoying?
Ooh, the fact that you just said that, Vince is going to get really pissed.
It's not
I
annoying.
mean-
it's
It's
just
not annoying, you flounder.
it's just
I
funny.
mean,
It's just funny to me.
Sounds kind of annoying.
I'm sure.
Hey, Fred, this is me, the real little Vince.
I don't know how
I
people.
stand by my comment.
I don't know how people would react to him as like meeting him the first time, but
People smile and then they raise their eyebrows. They go, what the? That's a joke, Vince. Don't get mad. It's a joke.
yeah, come out to the next show.
Yeah, honestly. Well, Vince is like, he's like, you don't want me here. I'm like, dude, when have I ever said I didn't want you around? Like, I always want Vince around. Vince brightens up the room. Every time he's around, he brightens up the room, and everyone's sort of ecstatic.
Brightens up my ears with the voice.
Yeah. It's not an annoying voice. It's an actually angelic type of voice.
He just has to speak
When I
up.
hear that voice, it pulls my heartstrings, and I go, my friend.
Yeah, when I hear that voice, I'm like, "What? Can you repeat yourself
You're like, say that again, my lord, please.
one more time?"
One more time for my peasant ears.
Uh,
Bless us.
yeah, that was a fun show. think that's gonna be the last one for a while until something worth it comes up.
Yeah, I'm good. I want to just work on the album. I'm good.
Yeah, because yeah, unless we're opening for something good or don't have an open spot on a Thursday.
So we'll just work on the next song that we've been working on, right? The fourth Galicia song.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah.
I was
Because I
gonna.
don't want to do the demo or the promo just yet.
Okay, yeah,
I at least want to. I at least want to finish this song
yeah. Well,
because we kind of been holding off on it a little bit.
yeah, I was gonna say while the iron's hot.
Exactly.
Or
Just I finished it finally, so we're good.
okay, yeah, I was
And I'm
gonna
like busy
ask.
for the rest of the week, so it all worked out.
All right, cool. Yeah, I was gonna ask if you wanted to do the demo because I think it'd be better to just do the song first and then because I think I want to come up with the lyrics for at least the first 4 songs, and kind of see where it goes from there, depending
do you?
on how much more stuff we have. Yeah, just so it's more like what the actual album will be like.
Okay. Yeah, just I think we'll do just the first 3 songs as a little promo.
I was thinking might be better to just do 2 because I kind of want to keep that Doom one as a surprise anyway.
Okay. So, but you still want to write lyrics for the first 4?
Yeah, I'll just write lyrics for the songs we have since I can know how long they are and what can fit in there.
All right. Well, whatever. We'll record that when we feel like it.
Yeah, and we just Julian and I finished our little promo demo of 2 songs out of 8 from the upcoming Krausick album.
Those are awesome.
Yeah,
Promo. Yeah, yeah.
What'd
pretty
you guys
dang.
think of those? Yeah,
Yeah, those are sick.
that's it. Huh?
It-
Are they public Bandcamp or is it a private link?
No, it's just private YouTube link
private.
for now.
Okay.
This is secret stuff.
Well, I'm not gonna share it then.
Yeah, because I shared it amongst the Discord of Terminus Discord and to you, and I'm sure Julian spread it around, but I think it's just gonna be sending out to labels and friends for now.
I almost shared it on a story, and then I was like, wait, this might be a private link. Transfers.
Almost blew up the spot.
Well, it's just a promo.
Nah.
Yeah, we
No,
were
you
able
gotta
to.
check first.
There was a lot of technical difficulties with that when we were recording the first Krausick album. His computer that we were using, whenever we would record drums, would clip out, and for a brief moment, it would just like not record until the peaking of the volume went back down. So there'd just be like missing chunks of songs, but we like somehow got through it with the album, and then over time it just got progressively worse and worse. So like we couldn't even make it through like 30 seconds of the drum recordings for this promo
no.
demo without that happening, and we were just troubleshooting it for a while, and then I was like, let me just go grab my computer, and then we were able to do the drum tracks in like a take, and then I had something to do later, so we just did the vocals with the scratch track and drums for my parts, which is few parts in those songs, and then he was able to finish everything else that day and mix it and stuff, and I think it sounded pretty good, especially just one mic kind of shit.
Cool-a-rooney.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think whenever we're ready to do that for Galicia, I'll probably just use my computer and should be walking the park.
Yeah, it's kind of weird stuff. It like I don't know if I'm right about this, but it doesn't seem to like follow what that style of black metal arrangements usually do. It seems a little bit more like maze like.
Yeah,
A bunch of different, like 8 or more riffs.
yeah, it seems like Julian's just coming up with a ton of stuff, and when it gets presented to me, we'll change it with like counts or whatever feels better. Just slight editing, but he comes up with everything else, and it it's great. It's just a mixture of like GBK kind of structures with the NS black metal riffing in there, as well as some like GBKS heavy metal riffs in there too. So it's just pretty diverse. And then I try to play the drums a little bit aggressively, like Pro Fanatica or something, where it has like that American death or American black metal in it.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird, the drumming. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's subdued, but it seems deliberately I don't know, deliberately like primitive or something.
Yeah, it's a little less than what I would be doing in like Galicia or something, where it's like
Yeah.
a little bit more technical and kind of following along with the riffs. Whereas like here, it's just like playing beats behind the riffs that kind of come together as more of like a whole part, I think, rather than like technical, like Galicia is
Mm.
and Warrior's Chalice. Because I think I would do the same thing there, and it would be more following along with the riffs and stuff. But I think due to like the melody of it, it's just a bit easier or makes more sense to just kind of do more primitive drumming for that stuff to shine. Whereas like
Mm-hmm.
in Warrior's Chalice and Galicia, where it shines is like the technicality in there. So I like have to accent that instead of holding back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's very. I'm proud of those songs, and we just have to work on one more. He wrote the eighth song, and it should be coming out to something around like 34 minutes or something. So
It's good length.
yeah, longest album I've done, I think.
But for that style of music, it's a good length too, because it's anything more than that, and it risks getting a little long on the tooth.
Yeah, and you can just be pushing out the same sort of songs too as like filler, but we didn't want to do that. Like we scrapped the third song that we had originally, and it just wasn't working with what we had and envisioned, and it was just kind of not fun to play. So we kind of scrapped that, and then we're able to come up with something a lot better. And that third song was the one that we came up, or the one that opens up the promo.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, because I think we were trying to squeeze in like Rotting Christ and other stuff in there,
Mm-hmm.
but it just wasn't working. So we just stuck with what works for us, and I think it's a little bit more compared to the demo. It's a little bit less. Like I feel like the demos are like hyper melodic, and like here it's a little bit more focus on like the arrangements of the songs and where those parts pop up.
Mm.
Yeah, well, hopefully you guys get some luck with labels.
Yeah, hopefully I don't see why not. If I heard that, I'd be like, all right. But
Well, that's
too
why
close
you're
to
in
the
a band. That's
project.
why you're in a band. You go like, what do I want to hear?
Yeah,
And they go, how come these idiots aren't signing us?
because it's not what they want to hear.
yeah. I guess that's true. People
don't hear
seem to have a
dollar
short
signs.
attention span nowadays with all the new music that comes out. But I mean, it's like,
Well, I think that's sort of what that's striving for. It's like when I listen to newer black metal whenever I
Uh-huh.
do, because I
don't.
don't really like it.
Yeah,
It's just very
I don't listen to new
monotonous.
stuff much either.
Yeah, very monotonous and doesn't really do anything. Whereas like this is kind of just like ADHD black metal.
Well, I think that's where it kind of would have to go, right? If there's all these styles that are either established or they've gone so far as they can, like in extremity or as like extremity in different ways. But it seems like the one of the final frontiers right now is this just kind of like spazzy all over the place sort of idea, and you can do a lot of different things with that. So that seems to be where like the stuff that I like a lot. Say like Mark Graff, for
Yeah.
example, or something. Which is like one of the few newer bands that I actually respect.
Yeah.
because they're totally all
The
over
problem
the
is
place.
how would you even stand out to a label, right? Like I can only imagine the amount of promos or links to Bandcamp that labels get. Like I'm not even a label and I get them.
Well, I think even
Like how do
just
they even know which one to even like click on and
I know,
listen
I
to?
get them. I haven't listened to all of them yet. Some girls, like my black metal band, I haven't listened to it yet. It's been fucking like a month. I forgot to even mention it to you guys.
oh damn,
Yeah,
we'll listen to that on Wednesday.
yeah, maybe we will. No girls allowed.
Homegirl
Now, that
black.
huh?
Homegirl black.
Homegirl black. Yeah, well, it could be exceptional. You know, could be an exception.
Yeah, like that one band you brought on.
Oh, with the doom metal band, kind of.
No, the black metal band.
What black metal band?
The girl with like a
Oh,
million
yeah, I remember
projects.
that one.
Oh, yeah. I honestly I forget what the fuck her band was even called. I could probably find
Yeah,
it if I
same.
searched, but whatever. She
Yeah.
was like some French NS lady, and I said she was dead, and then Paul goes would, and we all laughed. There's a comment right here on the Fred episode where I misspoke for the name of the Metallica albums Load and Reload. I said fuel and refuel, and somebody says fuel
Oh,
and
wow.
refuel goes hard.
How did none of us catch that?
No, he got
I
it.
caught myself. I
Yeah.
caught myself.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I don't remember
but this guy caught the mistake. That's fine. That's fine. That's funny. Thank you, non-servium 4813.
that.
Sick, sick username.
Yeah, man.
He does not serve.
But you guys got any things from this week worth mentioning?
Good question. I want to, right off the top of my head, I want to say no. I mean, we did play that show. It was perfect because it was so, dude. It was like so unbothered. Nothing lame happened, and that's what I really look forward to. It's like, wow, that went off without a hitch, super smoothly.
Yeah, and they were very like anal in the messages about like, oh, we got to be within this time frame, or we're gonna, hard shut off at 10, blah blah blah.
And we were late.
Yeah, and
we
they
were late.
they didn't even care. They're just like, okay, cool.
And we were late, and I brought my own beers in my bag, as I do, and I drink them on stage. And I put my beer on the bar, and then I came back, and the guy's like, you can't bring your own beer. And I said, okay. And that was really about it.
Yeah, just being a chill ass goyim about it.
Well, what else are you going to do? You're going to go, fuck you, man!
And then we can't play.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're like the biggest dick in the world. Yeah. Be a non-goyim, be a Gentile, be a true Gentile, like a gentle gentleman.
Yeah, gentle Gentile.
Gentle Gentile, and just okay. That's usually how it goes when in a professional setting or like at a event or something. When somebody's like, "Hey," I go, "Okay." What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Argue like a? I'm not even gonna say like what, but just say like a goyim. Argue like a goyim.
I can't afford these beers.
Yeah, man, super smooth.
Oh.
Nobody was around staring at me and pissing me off, and it's usually what happens. Asking me dumb shit. All good. All
I
good.
was gonna ask. Well, Vince asked you some dumb shit
What did
He's
he
like-
ask me?
about the beer and the beer tickets.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I didn't understand what the fuck he was even talking about. So we got beer. You know, you play a show, you get beer tickets. You get a free beer or two or whatever. So I held on to my beer ticket until the very end. Vince got a beer ticket, and we finally go back inside. We were hanging out at my van all night, and we finally go back inside for the last band. And Vince, I forget what he says. He says something about the beer ticket. Paul? What the fuck did he say about the beer ticket?
So I gave him a beer ticket, and then
You gave him a beer ticket.
The
Okay.
first, yeah, I gave him mine, and then the first weird thing about this was he's like, I don't want to take it. Can I get like a mixed drink with it? I don't want to waste it on a beer. I'm like, bro, it's named a beer ticket. You can get a beer with it. That's
Get a
what
beer.
it's for. And then I guess he was trying to get it, and then
He was trying to get a mixed drink.
no, he was just trying to get like a beer with the beer
Uh-huh.
ticket, and they served him a glass, and they're like, "Oh, that's 2 beer tickets," and he's like, and then he paid for it, and then he gave the beer ticket to Robert, and then he got the beer that is worth one beer ticket, which is just a canned beer.
Right.
And then he was making a fuss about that.
yeah. I
like-
didn't quite understand what the fuck he was even saying.
He's just getting pushed around left and right.
Yeah, and I went to the bar, and I presented my beer ticket, and I said IPA, and the guy gave me an IPA. And then I come back, and it's like, how'd you get that? I'm like,
I think he went and said, "Can I get a glass of beer?" And then presented the ticket, and they're like, "Oh no, that's 2 tickets."
no, you gotta present the
Yeah,
ticket.
show what you got.
Show the ticket. I had it in my hand, ready to go. No surprises, no tricks. This is the way we do things here, on Earth.
But
It's the way the bar works.
yeah. So then later on, he asked Dan like how he got that because he, obtained it the way you're supposed to.
I presented the beer ticket, thus I got a beer.
And then and then he's like, let me go check. And he's like, and then Dan's like, "Do you have the beer ticket?" He's like, "No." And then he just walked to the bar, and then he came out with the beer. He just bought another one.
He just bought another beer.
But I think he was just like asking him like, "Are the cans one ticket?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Okay, I'll just
buy one then.
Strange. It's funny.
Very cool stuff.
But now you're done recording with Unblessing, right? All the instrumentals are done.
As far as I know, yeah, unless there's any more surprises. I was surprised last time. Yeah, as far as I know, we're done. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with those guys and writing their lyrics. I don't know. Not my band. I'm glad.
Oh damn!
to
They
be...
don't have that all set up yet.
No, they don't. Josh's like, I gotta write lyrics.
Oh man, you guys are like the Beatles in the studio.
Exactly, like a million fucking sessions. I know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And then you got to be there for everyone because you got to drive everybody.
No, I think Alex finally got his fucking car back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was nice of him to show up to the venue. Was, I guess, walking distance for him.
Yeah. Pretty close to his place.
Yeah,
it was cool. He hung out. We all shot the shit. Oh, it was funny that his girlfriend said, I was like, because I changed out of my clothes. I always change out of my stage clothes. They're all sweaty. And I'm like, wait, we don't look like, we're not metal guys anymore. And she goes, you guys look like crackheads. Crackheads?
Yeah, just chilling in front of the open door of the car.
It did look, we probably did look funny. And Julian was doing a funny voice. And then some girls just happened to walk by. He's like, I think we really did good. That was a really good set. We did really good. Some girls walked by, they hear him doing that stupid, like, autist voice. Hello, Quipkey, if you ever saw the Big Bang Theory. Or no, hello, Koopa. Fred never saw the Big Bang Theory?
I've seen a few episodes here and there.
Dude, I don't know why. Well, they're like totally obsessed with Star Trek on that show. So I would imagine that you would actually have watched that show.
I mean, I like watching Star Trek, not people who are
Not
playing
nerds
characters
watching Star
who
Trek.
yeah.
That seems
the
that seems to
Metaloids.
be like yeah, that seems to be like the biggest trope of nerd culture is like Star Trek. It's always there.
I mean,
Oh, you know what I did?
Great, but...
You know what I did watch that was decent? Some like turn of the century MTV show. It's literally called MTV Downtown. It just came up on my fucking YouTube. It's from 1999. They had 13 episodes. It's like an animated series. It's supposed to be like it was inspired by that Ralph Bakshi cartoonist, where he was sort of trying to capture like his time in the 70s when he was working in like a time capsule, and like this is what this represented. That's what that show was in 1999. Downtown, MTV's Downtown. It's supposed to be like a time capsule of 1999. It's a little bit cheesy and it's a little bit cringe, but I actually enjoyed it. It's pretty funny. It reminds me of like Mission Hill. If anybody ever saw that show, it's kind of the same sort of deal.
That's what I thought it was when I think you were watching that.
When I was watching it, yeah, I was watching it.
Yeah, I thought it was Mission Hill.
No, that's not Mission Hill, but it's very similar to Mission Hill. Late 90s, guys in their like 20s in an apartment and doing basically shit like that.
Mm.
You're still kind of a kid and you're doing. I don't know. That's the way it felt for a long time. I felt like a kid up until I was maybe 28. Because we were still doing a bunch of wild stuff, and then all of a sudden it kind of things sort of settled down. You know what I mean?
Things started hurting.
Yeah, like ow my neck. It's like my back. And you go, ooh, my knees, and
Ew,
it's like
my ears.
my ears. I can't hear. Yeah, it's just like, yeah. You get old, and then you're like, you see kids doing stuff. You're like, fucking kids, fucking piece of shit.
Yep.
Grow up.
Yeah, grow up, fucking idiot.
Start hurting.
I think one of the first times I recognized when that was happening was, not when that was happening, but one time when I like was like fucking kids. We were at Anthony's.
Whoa,
And
pause.
Amy, huh?
I'm just kidding.
What's that?
You said when I was fucking kids.
When I was fucking kids? Oh yeah, when I was fucking kids. I didn't realize I said when I was fucking kids. Oh no, when I meant when I was like when I was like fucking kids, but not fucking kids. I like how I keep saying fucking kids over and over again. Anyways,
This episode's getting a strike.
Sorry. Anyways, yeah, just like the last one where I said hate speech a million times in a row. Yeah, we were at Anthony's, and Amy brought over. Remember that guy who fucking who was trying to get into the Convulse show, and he's like, "Hey, sneak me in." And
Yeah.
we did end up sneaking him in.
Yeah.
She brought that guy one time, and he was talking to me, and he was like, way too overly excited to see me. And he's like, hey dude, and he's like grabbing me, and he's like fucking like holding on my shoulder and shit. I'm like, can you settle the fuck down, dude? I'm like, calm the fuck down. You're way too excited. And he's like, oh man, and he got all like fucking down in the dumps. Fuck. I remember Josh's friend Lucas did that shit too. We're in his backyard. Somebody puts on like Blasphemy, and he starts like moshing by himself, and he's like shoving into me, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he goes, I'm getting hyped, dude. I'm like, fucking go get hyped somewhere else, dude. Fucking idiot. I think that's where it comes, because back in the day we would be like, yeah, we're moshing in the backyard, and then it's like, fuck off. You get old, you're like, fuck off, asshole. Grow up. It's like that scene in remember that show The Oblongs, the Adult Swim show?
Yeah.
There was one where Milo's going down the hill with a skateboard, and he hits a homeless guy's box hut, and he hits like some boxes, and the box goes flying, and it forms like a little house, and then a bum goes in there, and immediately another bum knocks on the door. He goes, spare change? He's like, get a job. Kind of like that. That's what it felt like. Get a job.
That was funny. What about you, Fred? How's your post Emperor depression going?
It's getting there. There's no metal shows for the foreseeable. Well, not till May, anyways. So,
Fred, should we go to the gigantic show where Rotting Christ and Behemoth are playing, and Deicide and Immolation?
When's that?
That's in like May.
Oh damn.
Fucking Poser Chris keeps tagging me in that shit.
I mean,
These are bands I actually know.
Deicide could be interesting. I don't know what they're like live these days.
I've never seen Deicide. Have you
They
ever
got
seen it?
what's it called? Yardan on guitar.
Yeah, they
now.
got one of our hometown heroes in the band now. It's kind of crazy.
Huh. I'd be hesitant for Rotting Christ.
Yeah, I think
I don't
Paul,
know
you
how
saw
much-
Rotting Christ. They weren't that great, huh?
Well, when I saw them, they were great, but they only
really?
played newer songs though. They like
Oh,
played
wow.
That Mighty Contract, and that was it.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
See, that's what I'd be worried about. Behemoth, I forgot it.
Immolation's
these-
good though.
Immolation, yeah, Immolation's always
Saw
good.
Immolation
Always
once.
good.
Saw them in 2011. It's been a long time.
Yeah, they're just as good. Like,
Depends on the price tag, I guess. Because we're gonna be
Fred-
seeing
Will be cheap.
in a couple weeks. We're gonna be seeing Pretty Stack lined up for really cheap. It's
Regurgitation?
yeah, Brodican.
Yeah, Brodkin and Regurgitation.
Sick and Sulfuric Cautery, so that'll be good.
I forgot about that. I do have a ticket, though. I totally forgot that I bought a ticket.
2 Saturdays, the 18th.
It's 2 Saturdays. Oh,
Yeah.
in 2 Saturdays.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like that. I like that venue because it's like super close
Yeah, super close and
and it's chill.
big enough.
Yeah, yeah, it's big enough. Like even if there's a lot of people, there's still like a lot of space in that place.
Yeah, that one.
Crazy, crazy.
Yeah, I think every year that's probably like the best show around here. Because last
Same,
year they
yeah,
got Cerebral,
yeah.
Effusion, and
I think I was there 3 years in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, with Dripping the year before.
Yeah, yeah. There was something else too. I forget who we saw. Cerebral hemorrhage, I think. Was that with dripping?
No, that was Cerebral Effusion, and
Oh,
that was
yeah,
the
yeah,
year.
yeah.
That was the year after, and
Right,
then
right,
with
right.
Dripping, I think it was To Violently Vomit,
Yeah, you're right.
or
you're
it
right.
might have been this last one that was with To Violently Vomit.
Yeah, so it was 3 years in a row. Okay. That's crazy. Doesn't feel like that long, but I guess it's been 3 fucking years.
Yeah.
Feels like just, yeah. Because the first time I went there, I didn't know Julian. I didn't even, like, say what's up to him because I didn't know him. Because I think you were there with him, and he's just like, huh. I'm like,
Yeah, and that's
Now we're like now we're like big bro, little bro.
dad picking up his son.
Yeah, pretty much.
And yeah, I think that's where I met Nikhil from Anal Stab Wound, and then Max from La Poma.
Like Boma. Oh yeah. Forgot that's where we met Max. Crazy.
Yeah, we're like, oh, sick shirt. And then just hit it off.
Yeah, he was a cool dude.
Yeah, so that'll be another good show for the year. And then in June, I have the Lord Weird Slow Fag. You got to buy your ticket for that too.
Okay.
No, that'll
Yeah,
be a fun show.
I'll buy a ticket for that. That'll
Yeah, I
be
was saying during that episode, I was like, that's a band that if they ever come around, I like need to see them because I just been seeing live footage of them and it's just great.
sick shit.
Yeah, and they just have amazing songs too. So that'll be a good
I wasn't
show.
even super familiar with them when we covered them with Hyper Shaman. But that was a great album. The Down Among the Dead Men.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but Fred, you got a pretty big collection update, right?
You do?
Oh, jeez. Where do I start?
I don't know.
I'm gonna start with the only fucking CD I got.
Pretty
Velas.
fucking annoying.
Of course.
Sorry.
No, Velas. The Studio Rehearsal 97 and Promo 97 CD.
What are we, the Bass Hooligan podcast?
Yeah, that's it. It's good. If you like Velas, this is
More?
more of them. Yep.
Did you ever hear the other Veles, also from Poland?
There's two from Poland. Two others from Poland.
There's 2 others?
Yeah. One of them came out in 2019. It's like, guys, did you not like even
Do you
try
know?
searching?
Do you know your heritage?
No, dude, the one I'm talking about is like kind of congruent with our Veles.
Yeah, no, the one from like the mid 90s.
Wait, where? How early is these other guys? Yeah, dude, it's pretty fucking like congruent. 93 and 94. They came out maybe a little bit before the Veles we all know.
So I haven't actually heard their material as Velas, but when they changed it to Dagor, songs from the Slavland or
Yeah.
Slav ground, that is an awesome demo.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I remember the last time I heard it, I was fucking riding my bike around. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but I hardly ever ride my bike around. But I was listening to Dagor and also the 94 Enter to the Nawia, that demo.
Yeah, that I haven't heard yet.
Very good stuff. Very good pagan black metal. I don't know if these guys were associated with any other bands. It doesn't look like it. It looks like they did nothing else besides that Velas.
Maybe
Moonshine
before I
distribution.
remember.
Yeah, apparently they only released the one demo in '94 off Moonshine on cassette.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, I suppose so. For whatever reason, I thought of something when I was driving to get some lunch today. I saw some kid with
Better
with a
been kosher
Metallica
lunch.
shirt. Huh?
Better been kosher lunch.
It was Dave's Hot Chicken.
It's not kosher.
It's not kosher, but it's, I don't know, it's a little more expensive. Does that make it better?
A little bit.
Probably not. I assume not.
More poison.
I'm eating poison. I'm eating poison. It's like, well, dude, you have to eat poison sometimes. If you only eat like healthy stuff, you're gonna be broke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit's expensive.
Yeah, and how are you gonna
You gotta
fight
be,
off?
you gotta be Joe Rogan to be fucking eating that kind of shit all the time.
Yeah, how are you gonna fight off the poison without little antibodies in there?
It's like, dude, eat good when you can. You can't always afford it though. It's like, there's not much you can do. It's like you're gonna have to get poisoned somehow. Whatever. But yeah, I saw some kid with a Metallica shirt, and I was like, cool metalhead. And I remembered something from a long time ago when I was in like middle school, and we were hanging out at Julian's house. Remember cousin Daniel, Vince's best friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was basically being a poser, and he was like trying to be like me and Julian and Frankie, and be like metal, and we're all sitting around at this. I think it was the block party or something. We were all chilling in the driveway, like during a barbecue or something like that. And one of Julian's uncles or some older guy, he came up to us, and he goes, see, these guys look like real rockers. And he points to cousin Daniel, goes, you look like one of the Jonas Brothers.
Ouch.
I remember that was kind of funny. It was like, isn't that always kind of a good feeling when you get the compliment and then like the other guy gets like the insult? It's like kind of extra. It's like extra boost.
Yep.
Something hilarious
Not only are
about
you
that.
Cool, but you're cooler than the other guy.
You're cooler than that little poser Jonas brother right there.
I want to live in the parallel universe where cousin Vince was pretending to be metal.
I want to live in the parallel universe where Vince actually is metal, and he's basically on Fred level of knowledge.
And he has the Hermit Project.
Yeah, and he's got hermit projects, and Vince is a metal guy.
And it's like,
You don't accept me for who I am. It's like, dude, okay, this is just a bit. This is just funny. I'm just going where his mom. Oh, that's all I'm doing.
We need to do an entire episode where you're just speaking in his voice.
I couldn't. I don't think I can keep up with doing something like that.
that'd break character.
Yeah, I can't even do the Irish voice for like 2 seconds. I remember one time I did a Canadian accent for like almost a whole show. And I was like talking to people like that, like that was my real voice. It was funny. Kind of like Strange Brew, if you've ever seen that movie, Fred. That has to be a Canadian staple, no?
Have I seen that? I don't know.
Look up Strange Brew.
It's part of the citizenship test.
Oh, this. Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, those two hosers. Look at those guys. They're eating their crawlers and they're drinking their beer, and like it says it all right there.
And I watched
This is a dumb movie.
Yeah.
I watched a Ryan Gosling movie, and it's not what he's known for, I guess. Project Hail
No.
Mary.
Oh, I want to see
No. I've heard bad things.
It got Disneyfied. But I expected it to not be told in the way that it was. I expected it to be, if you know the premise of the story, school teacher goes to space. So I thought I was going to show up of him at the beginning as a school teacher.
It's a Reddit movie. It's an I fucking love science type movie.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be like, linear, but it just told in a lot of flashbacks, which made it a little bit more interesting.
Maybe the only good movie about a guy going to space is like Interstellar. That was pretty good. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was good. I like that. What did you think?
No, yeah, that one's good. It kind of
That
had
one, The Martian,
it kind of
around the
had
same
like
time,
that.
were pretty cool.
No, The Martian is one of the not good ones.
Yeah.
I guess
No,
me
I
and
like
Fred
that
just
one.
have a difference of opinion.
I think The Martian's the same.
Yeah, The
author.
Martian is probably the same type of movie, which is a very Reddit like science, that kind of movie.
Well, it's like the same because both those movies are based on books by the same author, Andy Weir or something. The Martian
Yeah.
and Project Hail Mary.
Some non-goyim.
Yeah.
Just a joke.
Yeah. But yeah, it was like a alright movie, but it just got Disneyfied. Of course, the alien could talk. or they found a way for him to talk.
Oh, why would you do that?
Yeah, and then what else I watched? I told Dan about this, and like Anaconda, like with J Lo and Ice Cube. I saw
Oh,
a
yeah.
reboot of that,
Oh no.
but it was with Jack Black and Paul Rudd, and
This looks crazy. I've never. Like, what the fuck is this? Is this good or is this
it was
is this
like
funny?
it made me laugh, but it was like a dumb movie. So it's basically like Jack Black is a film buff director making home
Wait a minute.
movies.
Steve Zahn is in this movie?
I think so.
Yeah, that looks like him.
And yeah, it's basically like the show Home Movies, where he's just making a bunch of films as a kid with Paul Rudd and two other people he grew up with, and he's just like, oh, you can have this job of being like a wedding photographer or videographer, and just have a B+ life, and then take over the dad's business, or you can live this dream of wanting to reboot or remake Anaconda, and then Paul Rudd gets the rights to it, and then they go out to the Amazon and try filming it themselves, and they get into something a little bit bigger. But I just thought it was cool that it was a movie, not just like a direct reboot, like starting from the ground up, but it's like showing people trying to reboot it. And
What's funny is it's Steve Zahn, but the way you're describing the plot, it seems like the Steve Zahn movie Strange Wilderness. That's what it sounds like.
yeah, there's probably some ties in with that.
That's not Steve Zahn, it's somebody else. It says
Oh.
Selton M. He looks like fucking Steve Zahn, but it's not him.
Yeah, I
That's
don't,
weird. Looks
yeah.
just like him.
yeah, I don't know.
What the fuck?
But yeah, it was funny, but a really dumb movie. Very modern, and what else? Yeah, that was it pretty much. Those are I hardly ever watch movies, but those are two that I watch.
I watched Meet
Have you
Wally
watched any more Star
Sparks.
Trek yet?
No, not yet. For some reason, this
Oh.
Paramount that I pay for, whenever I try to open it up, like today during work, I was like, okay, I got time to watch the movie, and it's just not working on my computer. So tomorrow I'm gonna try throwing it on my PlayStation and probably watch it like that. But yeah, I need to watch the fourth one. So
Yeah, you do.
but yeah. Then other than that, I've just been listening to a bunch of porno grind recently.
Like what?
Just the greats, Gut, Cock and Ball Torture, and
The Greats.
yeah.
It's been a groovy mood.
Yeah, it's just been good. Especially, I think because I got the kick from watching Matt drum, and he's doing like a porno grind project. And I was like, oh,
Yeah, I forget the name of his project.
it's like something cock or something. It's funny.
He had a demo with like a giant sperm on it.
Yeah, and that was like with electronic drums, but now he got a a real drum set that they're practicing with, and the band's called Come Lord.
Come Lord, there you go. Come
There it is.
Lord.
There it is.
But yeah, then it just threw me back into when we were making that with the Snatch Smasher, and I was like, oh, let me listen to that, and it just
Yeah,
always.
one of our old guys, Matt. Yeah, that was the first thing we did.
He's our porno grind guy, and I think we're all into it, but he was just like super into it, and then
He was the most dedicated to it.
yeah, he had like his own song, programming drums to it and everything.
Yeah, out of all the stuff he liked, and then out of the stuff like he was willing to play, it just kind of always went back to this groovy gore grind stuff. Basically, porno grind.
Yeah.
Kinda
So I was just
crazy.
listening to that, like trying to go through all the fucking releases of Gut. There's so many from like
Well, that's funny.
91
We were
on.
just listening to Putrefaction. I had us listening to Putrefaction at the at practice the other day, if you remember that. The
Mhm.
Dead End side project. I
Yeah.
forget what it was called. Like cyber. What the fuck did they call it? They called it like something brutal porno grind or something. I don't remember exactly what they called it.
Yeah. So I was just listening to a bunch of that, and
Oh, they called it rotted vagina grind. That's what they call it.
there you go.
That That was one with the Friday sample. He's like, nobody go in the bathroom for about 45 minutes. Open up window in here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like been thinking about doing a thematic episode like that. Maybe, I don't know about picking albums from like the best ones, or just doing like one where it's just as a genre we pick out.
Another best of, kind of like the Manowar idea, kind of like the electronic idea.
Yeah, because there's just
Yeah,
so
I think
much
that
good
would be
stuff.
good.
I'd
Yeah,
be
there's a
interested
lot
in
of
that,
good
'cause I know
stuff, and there's
nothing about it.
yeah.
Yeah, and I
Maybe we
figure
could do
like
that.
I figure the genre, in order to play that stuff, it's like very like people do it really well, but then it all kind of is like the same kind of tropes going on and over and over.
I just feel like if you're a serious death metal person, you're gonna do a good job most likely. But
Yeah,
we've talked about this when it comes to like gore grind too, gore grind, porno grind, whatever. That side of the subgenre. The bands that really kind of do nothing for me are the bands who are like punk influence, or at least if the guys playing it are crust punks, I'm probably not gonna like it.
yeah,
Like I need you to be a serious black and death metal guy playing porno grind. If you're some crust punk, I don't want to. I don't want to hear anything you have to say artistically. I just don't.
yeah. Crust punks. That's like smegma grind.
Yeah,
Ew. That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Smegma's a good band though.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was just thinking, I think I was explaining it during the Death and Roll episode, and then talking to Join about it. I was like, yeah, it seems like there's like a lineage between that going into porno grind, because I think there's that one band, Mark Coupland or something. They're basically the like tightrope between
Sicko
those
Baby.
two genres. Yeah,
I like that. I like that album. I have it in my iTunes. Like it wasn't one of my favorites, but I basically liked it.
Yeah, I need to listen to it with my new, with my epiphany, and kind of see how that holds up.
That reminds me of that one. I forget the name of it. I think Roy posted about it today because he was selling something. It was like Humanado something. The one with the like those like robotic dinosaur looking things on it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't remember.
Humanado something. I don't remember what the fuck it was called. You liked it. You sent me some shit before.
Yeah, it just reminded me of bands like fucking Zuckus and shit like that.
Zuckus was weird. Zuckus was like brutal death metal, like ultra condensed.
Yeah,
If I'm remembering that correctly.
yeah, that was a long time I haven't listened to that, and I did, so it's so good.
Tit fucked by a tauntaun.
Yeah.
Rancor rim job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
Star Wars themed porno grind.
Yeah, it says brutal death metal grindcore. That's what I remembered. Like that's what I liked. It reminded me of Waco Jesus, and it also reminded me of that band Abrasive. That idea of like brutal death metal being able to just grind and be condensed. I like that. It's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah, and it got me kind of in the mood for, future more Natalie Portman or something. Maybe
Yeah.
introduce some more porno grind in there.
It's a very niche style that's not really done much at all anymore.
Yeah, porn tech.
Porn tech, yeah, totally. I get that. That's interesting idea. Zuckus, man. Rancor rim job. That was the classic.
Yeah, I got that CD from fucking Lock and Shock.
Lock and Shock. Yeah, Lock and Shock had cool stuff. Canadian metal. 2006.
Yeah, Fred, I thought you as a patriot would know them.
Sorry?
So I thought you as a Canadian patriot would know Zuckus because they're from your land.
No, not something I'm particularly familiar with. Like I've heard the name, but
Yeah, I think I made
Grinding.
one of those homemade patches from them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did. I remember that.
Grind in general is not something I'm super familiar with. So
Oh, they had a recent album, Zuck My Knock.
Well, that's what I liked about those bands was like they were grind, but they weren't political at all. They were kind of just obnoxious, immature porn stuff, which is awesome. I'm trying to see what you guys had. I'm looking on your Facebook page. You said you couldn't even open that, right?
No, don't have the password.
Here's a band. It's called. Oh God, it's a really weird album cover. Steppen Gruis. Stippy Gruis? Steepo Grouse? It's hard to tell what this is.
Yeah, I was really into that shit in high school.
That yeah, so was I. I remember like that was some of the earliest stuff too. It was like that was really in at the time. It was like this cyber grind, porno grind, brutal death metal thing, and it was just so stupid, but it was appealing.
Yeah.
And then you have the picture of Waco Jesus with the prolapsed asshole.
Yeah.
Filth. Yeah.
yeah, that one. Yep.
Hey, you bought Disharmonic Orchestra like in 2012. And a DVD of Mallrats.
There you go.
Oh, and Venomous Concept. You remember Venomous Concept?
Yeah, they got like that rabbit on there.
Yeah. You remember that, Fred? You know what that is?
It sounds familiar, but not off the top of my head. No.
I think it was some kind of super group. It was like Napalm Death guys, and it was Dan from Brutal Truth. Venomous Concept.
Yeah. It's like some punk shit.
I remember it was pretty cool. It was pretty brutal at the time. Like Venomous Concept reminds me of what was that damn band called?
Yeah, it had the album Poisoned Apple.
Yeah, but what was the name of that other band that was like the most famous cybergrind band? Agoraphobic Nosebleed.
I was gonna say Sperm Swamp.
No, not that one. Agoraphobic Nosebleed. It reminded me of that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and Cephalic Carnage too. That kind of shit.
Wasn't Catasexual Urge Motivation and Vampiric Motives like one of the most well-known cyber grind bands?
I don't think so.
Not well known, probably
No.
underground. Because these ones are like almost memeable bands that kind of got their, I guess, popularity from that.
Yeah, like there were no memes at the time. Like that wasn't a thing. But those bands sort of they got popular because of how absurd their music was.
Yeah,
Basically.
it's like, what was it? I Ate Your Math Teacher or something?
I Ate Your Math Teacher. Yeah, shit like that. Sperm Swamp was another great example. Remember 55 Gore? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit like that. Shit like that was popular because it was so just fucking wacky and like absurdly brutal. And it was new at the time. It was like the most brutal you can get was like that cyber grind, death grind, porno grind, that whole idea there, you know. And I think that was huge for Natalie Portman Nip Slip. I feel like the name even says that too. It's like this is maybe a continuation or at least something that has those things in mind, you know what I mean? Because that's the way I felt about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was listening to a lot of that shit, but we just refrained from polka beats. At least in large part.
Yeah, dude, in that case, I think doing a dude, you bought a Rare Bird album right here. You bought Flight. Yeah, I think that would actually behoove us to do a Porno Grind episode like that because there were some cool moments. Oh, Infant Bile, who I brought up before. They were another one, if you remember that.
Yeah, because we kind of just scratched the surface with Gronabard.
Yeah, and Gronabard like almost
great.
doesn't count. You know what I mean? Gronabard is almost too crust punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Because
maybe
I think
we
like
need to...
even would you count Bathtub Shitter within those bands?
No, Bathtub Shitters basically it's like a crust punk band that's a little bit brutal. They're like an honorary porno grind band, but they're not really a porno grind band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if exactly they were a crust punk band, but they were definitely closer to that side. I think.
Yeah, they're still really not groovy, but more rock and rolly, I guess, with the riffing.
They were groovy. Well, not like brutal groovy.
Yeah.
They were weird. That's actually a weird one. Maybe we'll have to do like a sample on that or something.
Yeah.
You familiar with that band, Fred? Bathtub Shitter?
Just the name.
They were from Japan. they had like they had death metal vocals, but the music itself was like I don't even know, man. It
Well,
was
they
like
had those really high vocals too,
yeah, they did. It was
like the gut and Gornabard shit.
it was like it was like macabre mixed with fucking like I don't even know, man. Some kind of death and roll thing. It was really kind of bizarre.
Yeah, cool band. But yeah, I think in the future might have to do that because just listening to a lot of it recently, it's just so good. It still holds up for me.
Okay, we'll bring some of that crazy stuff into Galley.
Yeah.
Galley.
Yeah, I'd be down for learning about bands I don't really know. It's an entire area that I don't really know much about. So
You're about to be a porno freak by the end.
All right. Yeah, we'll get to that. I think my episode for next week will be maybe my final like a final sort of like a fucking metal like stop. We'll just stop there for I'll stop there for a minute. And then maybe we can do some bigger episodes like we've been talking about. Just because I feel like we've been consistent, but at the same time, I feel like maybe we should do some bigger episodes at this point. You know what I mean? Rather than just like, what do you got next week? What do you got next week?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe this will be like the last block of
We'll do the
like
big,
normal block, and then we'll maybe do like a big one next week
Yeah,
or
big
in the
block.
coming weeks. Big blocks. What
So
do you think of that?
get ready, Freddie.
I'm ready.
All right. Yeah, so I got my last like normal Dan pick metal block, and then we'll do metal pick, and then Fred will do his, and then I guess maybe we'll do another pig pick, or maybe we can start the big block.
I think
We'll
we
see.
got the Julian episode.
What the hell is that?
You'll know.
What?
You'll know
Okay.
when it comes up. It's a surprise.
Fucking raise your voice to me. Paul goes, you know. Drew said something like that to me. He was like, dude, you got a horrible memory. I'm like, no, I don't. And he goes, Dick. I'm like, all right. Give everybody getting fucking loud with me. What is this here?
All right. Well, let's go on break and then we'll get to the releases.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece. Your ass looks like about 150 pounds of chewed bubble gum, Pyle. You know that? How tall are you, Private? Sir, 5'9", sir. 5'9". I didn't know they stacked shit that high. Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister. Did your parents have any children that lived?
Sir, yes, sir.
I bet they regret that. Were you born a fat, slimy scumbag, puke piece of shit, Private Pyle? Or did you have to work on it? I bet you're the kind of guy that would fuck a person in the ass and not even have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around. Sir, you slimy scumbag, get on your face and give me 25. It looks to me like the best part of you ran down the crack of your mama's ass and ended up as a brown stain on the mattress. You are pukes. You are the lowest form of life on earth. You are not even human fucking beings. You are nothing but unorganized, grabastic pieces of amphibian shit.
All right, we are back, and I forgot to mention during the past week I beat Crash Bandicoot, the first one.
What was that guy's
Nice.
name? The first boss?
Uh,
Papu.
yeah. Where you just hop on his head.
You got Ripperoo. You got Dingo Dial.
What's the koala's name?
No idea.
Yeah,
You got
he's like,
Dr. N. Jin.
and Embryo, and then
Which one's Embryo?
he's the one that throws like those beakers at you.
Is he the scientist guy with the big pinhead?
Yeah,
Okay, I remember that guy. Yeah, I don't remember what the koala's name is.
and then there's Pinstripe, like the mob weasel.
Right. Yeah, the guy with the Tommy gun.
Yeah, and then of
Koala
course,
Kong
Cortex
is the guy you're
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
of. Dr.
Yeah.
Neo Cortex.
Man, what a great game. I came back to it thinking, all right, this is something I can beat really quick, but it took a lot of getting used to,
Right.
especially like the 3D version of the 2D platforms where you can like actually fall off the sides and shit.
You ever play the second one, Crash 2, The Wrath of Cortex?
Yeah, I played all of them.
Ah, okay. Yeah, Wrath of Cortex I liked.
Yeah,
That was one of my favorites.
that one's PS1, the first one, so you're kind of more restricted to the 8 directions of.
Well, I think Crash 2 is also PS1.
I think then it got ported to PS2 and GameCube and stuff like that.
I don't think so. Well, I mean, it might have, but I played the PS1 version.
Yeah, but I think that one you're
Oh no,
a
it's
little
not the
bit
Wrath of Cortex. It's
warped. That's the
I
third
don't know.
one.
Which one's Crash? Oh, it's Cortex Strikes Back. That's Crash 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Wrath of Cortex was kind of lame, but Crash 2 was it.
yeah, and
That one I liked.
yeah, you're able to move a little bit more freely instead of using the D-pad for the first one.
Maybe the mic heard that. I just fucking ripped one.
I thought it was the chair squeaking.
Going. Wah.
I got nothing.
Someone step on a duck in here.
Baby, yeah. Hey, somebody step on a duck.
But yeah,
Even in hell, I get no respect.
great game. I still have to write a review for it, but just something I played in a couple days.
Game check, review check.
Yeah. But yeah, it was fun. If you guys have you ever played that, Fred? The Crash games?
The first one, ages ago.
Yeah, that one.
Many moons ago. God, that game is old. That game is ancient. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yep.
I did not want to like 100% it where you smash every box and shit like that to get the gems to unlock the other 5 levels and stuff. It's like I think I only got like maybe like 10 gems or something.
Oh, come on, Paul.
But it's just yeah, I was just blowing through it. I didn't want to go back and shit. And then when you die, you like go back to like the previous stage, or like I think I was going back to Papu Papu like I think 2 or 3 times, and then I finally got the hang of it. But damn, it got hard with when you're on the third island going doing a lot of the ascents and stuff where you're going upward. It's a lot of like moving platforms and stuff that happen, and a lot of the bonus levels are fun too. But yeah, so that's why I played this week.
Yeah, Naughty Dog. I liked. They did the Jack and Daxter games. I like those.
Yeah, I think Uncharted and stuff later, but
Never played that. I stopped playing video games when I was really young, and then I kind of just. And, well, you go through little periods where I'm like, I'm not playing anything. It's like 10 years later, there I go. And then another 10 years go by. I'm like, yep, ready to go again.
yeah. But anyway,
I thought Sly Cooper was Naughty Dog. It's not. It's Sucker Punch. First Sly Cooper was a lot of fun.
yeah, those games are fun. I like
That feels so ancient too. What the fuck year is Sly Cooper even?
that's early 2000. It has to be.
2002.
But yeah, a lot of those like mascot platformers are a lot of fun. I gotta replay the ones I've played.
Shut
and
that
then,
baby up.
Then there's a couple other ones I want to play. Like I haven't got to. I think there's like one like Croc and shit like that.
Oh my god. I played Croc, but not for the PS1. I played Croc for the Game Boy Color.
Yeah,
It was too hard. I couldn't get that far.
yeah. I remember playing like Gex and shit too.
Never played Gex.
That was fun. I still got to play. What's it called? What's it called? Conker's Bad Fur Day. Still got to play that.
I played the
That was
remake
a
at
great
Trevor's a long time ago. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I gotta play that still. Cause that one's just a remake of the N64 one, right, or something?
Yeah, basically. There's a part where you're in the caveman world and you're racing and you have to get first place maybe. I'm not even sure. But Trevor tried it a million times. I'm at his old house and we're fucking playing that game, or I'm watching him play that game, and he finally gets to the end, but he crashes on the edge where you're about to like finish the level.
Oh yeah.
And he stops. He's like, "Ah!" Like he freaked the fuck out. It was really funny.
Yeah, I was yelling at my shit. I was like, fuck. Like, could not land on some certain platforms, and then it's like you have to time these like bird jumps really well in order to get across certain areas, and then the damn bridge level too with the fucking pig and shit that's like running across, that's like invulnerable and shit. Yeah, it's fucking a lot of fun though. But yeah, so here we are with the Paul pick, and I chose a band, Carcinosi, from Brazil. They play death metal just the way I like it. A little crazy, a little melodic. Kind of reminds me of Cataclysm in some ways, which is super death metal. And I think they kind of come up to... I think they live up to that title too at some points. But the band I found maybe early last year or something. But yeah, I just haven't stopped listening to them, and I've been wanting to do more of a, covering something that I really enjoy, which is like this Cataclysm core super death metal. And this is a very unknown band. At least I haven't heard anyone ever talk about them.
It's unknown. Nobody knows what this is.
Yeah. But yeah, have you guys heard this before or come across it at all? What do you guys think of it?
It's brand new to me. I'd not heard of these guys before. And I'm at a bit of a disadvantage because I only listened to Drawn Through the Portal of War. I scoped out Transfigured when we were talking earlier because I didn't realize that was on the playlist.
Yeah.
And
is that the blue one you didn't check out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds really good.
I like how beefy sounding it is though. Like it's thick and heavy. It kind of has that
Thick like a can of soup.
yeah, it's almost got that New York sounding of production, you know?
Yeah, it's very old school production too.
Yeah.
Not everything's so clear, but yeah, I think it works in its favor here on these two releases. They clean it up
sure.
a lot more on their full length that came out like 7 years ago, Resumption, and they re-recorded 5 songs between those 2 demos there. They sound great too, but it's more modern production. I prefer this dirtier old school sound here. And they had a demo earlier from 97 that has some songs split in between the 2 demos here, with Hyperdimension and let's see, Insurrection and Obscure Reason. And then looks like they re-recorded as singles some of those songs too, like Deceived and Reverse Build. And then as of late, they've just been coming out with like singles covers, like they did Hammer Smash Face and they did Sacrificial Suicide, which are pretty good. But I kind of want to hear something newer from these guys because they're actually still going. I was able to snag an interview with the vocalist, bassist Tiago Vargas, and he gave me some insights on the band too. I'm glad he
podcast turned fanzine.
Yeah, I'm glad he got back to me. So I reached out for Stonehenge. The guy was embarrassed of his youth or something. But damn good album anyway, and these 2 demos are amazing to me too. So what did you think of it, Dan?
Oh, I forgot to open this coming back to the break with I'm still recovering emotionally from Paul's outburst at me.
Yeah.
That was pretty rough.
Now
it's all I've been thinking about.
Now you know how Vince feels.
Now I know how Vince feels. Yeah, it's actually no laughing matter. I shouldn't have joked about it originally. Not cool. Also, when we were on break, I think I accidentally caught the SpaceX launch that happened.
Yeah.
10:49 p.m. Yeah, I was sitting outside and I saw smoke, or like this weird like trail of smoke, and I look out there. I'm like, oh, there's a rocket flying by, like literally right over the shop. I'm like, oh, that's kind of crazy. It's flying out towards the ocean.
There you go.
Yeah, I did. I did enjoy this. These two little EPs. I think I like the blue one better, which is the earlier one, I believe.
Yeah,
Um, it's well, it comes out in an interesting year. I think that one's '98.
yeah,
So, you know how we sort of talk about old school death metal, and we say that it's sort of eclectic. It does a lot of different things that like the early death metal bands did, but they sort of try to make it into this gigantic maze-like thing where you get a little bit of everything.
Hmm.
I think this is sort of like that, but this is the more modern version. So at this point, you actually get mellow death riffs where you wouldn't with some of those older bands that did this eclectic style of death metal.
yeah. I think the only
So
ones I could think of that were doing that were like the Cataclysm super death metal bands, like Deranged, Pollen Spawn, and stuff like that.
well,
About
I don't think Deranged was doing anything melodic though.
they had
Like they
like
were
those.
doing, if they were doing anything melodic, it was kind of in that weird Maya style where it was like maybe accidentally melodic because it was just these random kind of notes
Yeah, they
put
had like
together.
those like pedal point riffs and stuff in
Hmm.
there.
Yeah, I don't quite see this the same way as Deranged or Cataclysm. Um, I see this more as an old school death metal, or at least just a kind of what it is, a Brazilian death metal band, a wild death metal band, throwing a lot of influence together. I wouldn't say that it's too cohesive, which isn't a bad thing. I don't think that these song or these riffs really go together in like a normal satisfying or not satisfying. What would the word be? A normal like
Like musical way.
in a musical way of constructing riffs and like making a song. They're more just like a collection of influences or like a collection of riffs, which isn't a bad thing, and especially coming from Brazil, because it has that wild quality to it. I mean, it was sort of compared to like Rebellion or Mental Horror and some of those bands that I was talking about a few weeks back. Um, but all the stuff it is super solid. Like I don't see this as the most extreme for sure, but I see it as something that is honestly just enjoyable and interesting to listen to. Like you'll get a lot of you can get a lot of replayability from this. Like I listened to each of these songs about 3 times today, and I sort of found ways to enjoy it that I wasn't before. Like you kind of miss a lot of things. Um, yeah, it's really amateurish and really immature in a very cool way. Um, maybe if we listen a little bit intently, we can see how some of these riffs kind of connect to each other. But as right now, I see them as just a lot of different collections of riffs, and I don't kind of see this as a cataclysm thing because that was much more a little bit more cohesive, I think, and actually a bit more spazzy. I think this is just
Yeah, it was more frantic for sure.
yeah, this is just like a death metal band. This is like one of those eclectic death metal bands, but they're from '98, so what they're taking from can be a little bit more modern. So they actually have melodic death metal riffs in them, which is a bit different, and I really dig this. It's cool stuff.
Yeah, what I take away from what you said was, yeah, these guys aren't the most extreme band at the time or in their, country. You got 10 years earlier, all the Cogumelo bands. That's
Yeah,
way
and
more
and then you have
extreme.
like Kristen and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got a lot of that, like approaching brutal death metal bands as well
Sure, yeah,
as,
yeah, exactly. That's what this is kind of too.
and I'll say these guys are probably the most unique out of this because I can't think of any other bands that sound quite like this out of their country. Like out of Brazilian death metal, kind of before it went into brutal death metal and out of the fusion of black death thrash like Sarcophago and Chakal and stuff like that. Um, these guys are sort of coming after, like, you got Headhunter DC, you got Calvary Death, and one that's very similar but more in line with just straight kind of death metal is, have you heard of the band Lucifer?
Oh,
No, I don't think
Lucifer?
so.
Yeah, Lucifer.
Yeah, they're great.
Oh, Lou Cipher. Yes, yes. Yes, I
Yeah.
do know that one.
Yeah, like that one probably comes as close to this with like the extremity, but I think with their way of implementing melodic riffs in there, I think it could be seen as like just melodic death metal, but I think the real core of this is heavy metal, which is a little bit forgotten or abandoned in a lot of the later stuff coming out of Brazil with death metal, and even with some of those bands I just mentioned, like Headhunter DC and stuff, like they kind of took a more like almost cavernous approach to death metal, and these guys still have that like heavy metal spirit and riffing in here. Like when I first heard this, I was kind of getting like almost like Argosland mid-pace vibes, especially from the 2001 demo Drawn Through the Portal of War. And then they were a little bit more kind of boundaryless with the previous demo, Transfigured and Cancerous Atrocities. But before we get into some samples, I was able to interview the bass player, and I'll just read what he gave me, and also some interesting news here with these releases here. They'll shed some light on after. So I said, how did Carcinosi start out? What style were you going for? We started in 1996. We hit 30 years in 2026. From day one, it was death metal, no compromises, original riffs, our own identity. What were some major influences for those two demos? I can definitely hear Cataclysm in there. Total old school death metal, Cannibal Corpse, Carcass, Death, Morbid Angel, plus thrash like Slayer, Sepultura, and heavy metal like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. And yeah, Cataclysm was huge. The Sorcery, Temple of Knowledge, those records shaped our DNA. What was it like being in a band during those early days in Brazilian death metal? Were there a lot of DIY shows and bands at the time? It was raw and underground, small venues, limited space, but a real crowd, real energy. In the 90s, Brazil was explosive, bands everywhere, all driven by death metal. It seems like the Brazilian scene included bands from Cogumelo Records as well as Lucifer, Headhunter DC, Calvary Death, and later brutal death metal acts. Where do you see yourselves fitting into that mix? We came a little bit later than the classic Cogumelo Records era bands like Sepultura and Sarcophago. They built the foundation. By the time Carcinosi came up, death metal was already solid, and we pushed our own direction within it. Said it seems like you stood out from other bands at the time. Your music had melody and even traditional heavy metal riffing alongside hyperblasting. Was that a conscious choice? Yeah, 100%. We never wanted to be just another band. The bass was death metal, but we brought in melody and classic metal influences, especially from Death, plus Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. That mix gave us our identity, melodic but still brutal. How did you guys approach songwriting? Were riffs written beforehand, or did you develop them together in the rehearsal space? Are there any insights you can share about any specific songs from the demos? Riffs came in before rehearsals, but the writing happened in the room, jamming, building, evolving, no overthinking. Tracks like Insurrection, Obscure Reason, Hyperdimension came straight out of that flow. Did you play any live shows? If so, how was the audience reception? Yeah, festivals in southern Brazil and Argentina, plus a lot of underground gigs. We still keep it underground, smaller shows, closer crowd, stronger impact. What were some experiences like recording those demos? Old school, all the way, no click, no digital safety net. You either nailed it or you didn't. Full takes, real performances. We rehearsed hard before hitting record, raw but honest. Were there any songs from that era that were your favorites? Why? Absolutely. Immortal Rights, Overactive Imagination, Corporal Jigsaw Condry, Suffer the Children, Hammer Smash Face. Those tracks didn't just influence us, but they defined how we thought about death metal. How did you go about creating the artwork and song titles for the demos? They seem to fit a very distinct aesthetic. We didn't have much, but we had the right people. A friend handled the artwork. He was already using Adobe Photoshop back then, which was next level at the time. The goal was always to match the lyrics somewhere between realism and surrealism. Can you explain what the Resumption album is? It seems like it includes re-recorded versions of older songs along with some newer material. Resumption came out of a long silence from 2002 to 2014. When we came back, it wasn't just a return, it was unfinished business. The album connects past and present. The name says it all. Do you have any plans to reissue those demos? It seems like they were only released on cassette. We released Transfigured, Cancerous, Atrocities as an EP digitally in 2017. No solid plans yet for Drawn Through the Portal of War physically. We want everything on streaming. Do you have any merchandise available? I personally love to pick up a shirt. Yeah, before our Deicide tribute in 2025, we dropped Multiclimatic Incident with artwork by Sebastian Suarez. We made shirts and a lyric video. The artwork came out killer. Looking back, what were some thoughts on the band during those days? Were you intentionally trying to stand out or push a more extreme sound compared to the scene? We're always chasing identity, not just copying the old school sound, but twisting it into something ours. That was our mission from the start. Do you have any future plans with Carcinosi? I've seen some great covers being uploaded recently, including Sacrificial Suicide by Deicide. We're working on a new album now. The Deicide tribute is part of it. Before that, we dropped Cannibal Corpse tribute, Hammer Smash Face after Resumption. We're keeping that momentum going. And how would you describe Carcinosi sound? Old school death metal at its core, but not stuck in the past. We push beyond that with modern elements and touches of heavy metal, melody, structure, and dynamics. Brutal, but with identity. What does that band name mean? It refers to a formation and spread of cancerous tumors, something that grows, consumes, and takes over. That idea reflects intensity and progression in our sound. Did you guys have the same lineup over the years? No, we've gone over through several lineup changes over the years, but the core vision has always remained intact. Same mindset, same purpose. Are there any projects you guys been a part of besides Carcinosi? Yes, I have 2 projects. Vertebra, Sounds Like Death, and Intrusive Encode. That's a project with different musicians for each song. The guitarist plays in Sarcastica, a thrash metal band, and the drummer Leo plays in Four Dead Passengers, death metal band. What are some favorite songs from those demo eras? Which do you like better? Tracks like Hyperdimension, Insurrection, and Obscure Reasons still stand out to us. It's hard to pick one era over the other. They represent different moments, but both are essential to what Carcinosi is. Is there an improvement as the years gone between the two? Definitely the later material shows more maturity, tighter songwriting, better structures, a clearer identity, but the early demos had raw energy that you can't recreate. Both have their own strength. What was the reception of the releases of those 2 demos? At the time, the response in the underground was very positive. It helped us build our name locally and connect to the scene. Over time, those demos gained more recognition among people into old school death metal. What are some things you're listening to nowadays? Do you feel like modern death metal has strayed away from the spirit of the 90s? We still listen to a lot of classic bands like Morbid Angel, Death, Cannibal Corpse, but also newer bands that keep that spirit alive. A lot of modern death metal is more technical and polished, sometimes too much. It can lose that raw, organic feel from the 90s, but there's still bands out there keeping it real. We listen to Beyond Creation, Archspire, Brought Out of Pain, Through the Heart, First Fragments. That's all the balance we try to maintain, evolution without losing the essence. And any final words? Death metal is a never-ending war. Stay relentless and stand your ground. Respect to everyone who supports Carcinosi. Follow us, stream it loud, and keep it underground. And in regards to the reissues, I asked him if we would be able to re-release those 2 demos, and he said he would be down with that. So that's something to look forward to once we get all that together.
All right, that sounds good. Be down to do that.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Yeah, he messaged me yesterday because I reached out to him on Monday with, asking if they'd be interested in doing an interview for this. And he said on Sunday, yesterday, on Easter, he said, yeah. So I had to, come up with those questions right on the spot.
Right.
But, yeah, so what'd you guys think of the things he was saying?
Didn't expect. Well, I was thinking before, Cataclysm might have not been an immediate influence, but he kind of cleared it up that it is.
Yeah.
That's kind of it's a little bit surprising to me because it doesn't quite sound like Cataclysm, but it does have those straightaway melodic parts that almost come out of nowhere.
Yeah. And what about the identification of heavy metal riffing in there too? Did you hear that on some listens?
No, I kind of didn't. I didn't put those 2 together.
What about you, Fred? Is that good for what's the zine you're part of? Is it Metal Hammer or something?
Metal Legion.
Metal Legion.
Yeah, the
Is that good enough for that? No, just kidding. I can just ghostwrite it for you. You can just put Fred.
Yeah. Now the Cataclysm part didn't terribly surprise me because I think just because we don't hear it immediately doesn't mean that there weren't aspects of it that clicked with them that wound up in the music that isn't the predominantly melodic aspect that we kind of tend to associate with Cataclysm, right? So that's not a huge surprise. I did think the Quebec scene was at least to some degree an influence on the sound, or if not influence, then at the very least reminiscent of it.
Yeah, and if you know Cataclysm, then you know Cryptopsy by proxy. So
yeah, and I was thinking Cryptopsy, Gorelust, things like that, right? The heavy metal aspect of it doesn't surprise me because I think anyone who started death metal band in the 90s would have that more traditional heavy metal background at the very least, just from listening to when they were growing up, but wouldn't have guessed it from the sound that they considered traditional metal a more dominant influence.
Yeah, if you hear some of the bass playing, this guy, it kind of sounds like some Iron Maiden shit. There's some solos in here that come up as well, which is really interesting because it's either chaotic or really thoughtful
Controlled
solos in there. You guys got anything else you want to get into, or should we get into some songs?
I just wanted to note that you were talking about that you and this guy both mentioned the Cogumelo bands. It looks like the drummer was in Panic. They weren't exactly a Cogumelo band, but they were something close, at least in sound. They had an album in '87, but I guess this drummer was on their album in '92, which I never actually heard. But yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Well, let's just work backwards here, and let's listen to the song from Drawn Through the Portal of War, the last one, Introspective Blemish. And I think some of those influences will really, really shine here. So we'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Brains are molded.
Whoa.
We'll let the music do the talking.
Did not know. Honestly, did not realize how great that song was when I listened to it today.
Yeah, it's corrigible bigotry mid bass.
Very Argus-Lent. I was thinking that. Originally, what I was thinking when I was gonna sort of, touch on this band and what they're doing, how I said they're doing a little bit of everything that death metal has done. They've done. They've touched on black metal a bit too, because this song was almost entirely black metal chorded. This one didn't really have any of the death metal tropes whatsoever. So as far as like this being original in 2001, this has touched on what people are barely touching on now, which is the Argus-Lent sound. I was actually thinking of this. I didn't know if it was quite, if it meant anything, but I sent you, Paul, a message of that another Brazilian death metal band called Disseberation.
Yeah.
Underground Victory. That one, honestly, to me, is kind of doing the same thing, where it's like this mix of black and death metal to the point where you can't really tell where some of these influences are coming from. Yeah, this must be an outlier, because the other songs I remember hearing from this, the red EP, whatever it's called, were much more like Morbid Angel, Deicide. This one is much different. This one is straight up heavy metal, like soul to it.
Yeah, it's like
and honestly, all those chords are all black metal chords. There's death metal in there, but it's also digested where this just turns into like a totally original song, and it's very cool. And those leads, I'll just say, are they sound a lot like, and even that outro, I get where the death thing comes from, because that sounds like later death, like Spirit Crusher and shit like that.
Yeah.
The phaser.
Like it's kind of hard to, like, I can hear some like Morbid Angel in there with some of like the more lower tremolo riffing, but can't find Cannibal Corpse in there at all.
Not in that song. Not
No,
in that
not
song.
in that one.
Like
And there's like
that,
some weird like thrash rhythms, dun dun, kind of like what like they were saying what their influences are. But other than that, I wasn't hearing that as like really thrash. It kind of just jumps from heavy metal to death metal and black metal, and not really having that gap bridged with thrash there.
yeah, that song seemed to just come out of nowhere. That song is extremely original sounding for 2001. It sounds like Argus Land.
Yeah, that
It's crazy.
one.
That sounds like a black metal song. You know, that's what I was originally thinking, but I was like, maybe this isn't totally accurate. That black metal might be something they're listening to. He didn't mention that in the interview,
Mm-mm.
but this song definitely has nothing but those black metal chordings.
Yeah, and it's kind of
Really cool, really fucking cool song.
during the times there's the blurred lines of like bands like the Swedish Black Death stuff that kind of
Oh, totally.
are
Yeah.
just so melodic where it's like, is it black metal, is it death metal? And I think these guys told that line really well, and like they said from the beginning, just trying to strive for identity, and they totally have it. Like I said, I don't hear any bands within their country that are doing anything like this.
No, you're right. Well, besides that band that I sent you, that's a year later though.
Yeah.
It has that same feeling,
2002.
2001.
Oh, okay, that's the same year as this.
Oh, is it? Okay,
But
yeah. Well,
same
there
thing.
you go.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of stuff that was going around at the time. I mean, we always talk about Axis, which is our favorite band, which is like they've digested it so far where it's hard to tell where anything stuff comes from, but they've done it in a way where it's like I don't know, man. Everything comes out to this weird heavy metal epic kind of feel to it, and this has it too. I mean, even something like Vital Remains has that feeling too, like Dechristianized, where yeah, it is death metal, but at the same time, there's a ton of melody in it.
Yeah. Just like
That's,
I think it was tossing in between like three main parts, but they're just so good and bared repeating. Like that one main melody stuck in my head. Dun 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 dun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just so good. But Fred, what do you think of that one?
I think bringing up that it has a fair bit of black metal in it doesn't really surprise me, because when you look at bands like Deicide, Blood Ritual, Vital Remains, there's a lot of black metal in there too.
Well, there's a lot of melody in there, kind of
Yeah.
hidden. It's melody that's Jub touch on that too today, even today, where it's like these death metal bands. They're kind of not remotely black metal at all, but they have melody in a sort of secret way without being a melodic death metal band. Like I wouldn't really call this at all a melodic death metal song, if
No.
that makes sense.
No.
And it almost sounds like it's kind of just some riffing that you would get in like Iron Maiden, but the way they play it is a little bit more rhythmic, whereas here it's just very like tremoloed in like a death metal way, and it just works so well.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's very organic.
Yeah, and like they said, it's kind of just coming with some riffs prepared and kind of structuring it and evolving the sound throughout the jamming and stuff. So this stuff just came out like 100% organically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to eat my words on what I said before, where I was like, I think it was more prevalent on the previous demo, where it just seemed like riff after riff. This song in particular was much more of a song.
Yeah, like I was telling Fred before the show, this stuff became like a little bit more matured and more structured, and it was wilder on the previous EP. But
Yeah, I kind of like the wilder aspect of it, but this song was
it's good.
it's great. Yeah, it's a classic. Like if it's not a classic, it definitely should be.
Yeah,
Now it is. Now it's a classic. Introspective blemish. All right.
Bun Bun classic.
Yeah, totally. Sometimes we pull up the
That
classics.
acoustic outro was perfect.
Sometimes
too.
we
That was
create
great.
classics.
Yeah, it was.
Because who the fuck ever heard of this band? Seriously, nobody ever heard of this band.
So, like I said, piggies, let me know. You want some more poly pics? I can, you know.
Paul's feeling himself right now, I think. Kind of like Julian. He's like, I'm going to make a new video. It's like, all right, bro.
But yeah, what were you gonna say, Fred?
No, just the acoustic outro or the acoustic part over the electric guitars was just awesome.
Yeah, it was weird, right? Because it to me it sounded like a bass like solo going in, and then like a bar or two later it turns into acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because it wasn't like they're battling for you know, the spotlight there is kind of just a fusion of melody between the two there.
Sounds like it was the acoustic the entire time.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely.
Did they
I don't
have
think there
some
was a
like
bass in
effect
there.
on it?
Yeah, it had that phaser thing on it.
Oh, okay, that must have been what it was then.
Mm-hmm.
Because I heard it as like a bass, but we'll hear in later songs that there are some bass moments that pop out just like that one did.
Not based moments. Well, they're based too.
Bass moments.
Bass, yeah. What did BG Cumby said? He's like, I'm based and red pilled.
Well, with that, let's get into the previous EP or demo from '98, Transfigured and Cancerous Atrocities, and I wanted to jump into the second song, Insurrection, and we'll be right back. Alright, we're back from Insurrection. What do you guys think of that?
It was a very short instruction.
I liked it very much. That's okay. I kind of see where you were getting at with the deranged thing too.
Yeah.
See, I keep having to eat my words here. Yeah, because deranged, honestly, deranged did have a lot of parts where they got melodic in a very strange way where you almost wouldn't recognize it as that. And when I first listened to this too, I did not recognize this as a melodic death metal band. Maybe I still don't, but every single one of these riffs in the song, it was melodic. There wasn't anything here that didn't match up with what was coming next.
Yeah, it's just not what you would recognize as melodic death metal because it's kind of like
but it is death metal that is melodic.
yeah. It's opened up with like a deicide-esque riff.
But they turned that melodic quickly.
Yeah, and then they just abandoned that whole idea and went straight into something like fucked. And yeah, then there's a amazing Iron Maiden-esque part in there. You can even hear the bass playing along with the melody of its own. Yeah, and then there's like the fucked riff at the end to end it. It's like really really fast, and then it just slows down out of nowhere. I think that's the one that you just hummed.
Yeah, that was such a weird riff, but it sounded awesome.
Yeah,
it's very
I don't know where it
Swedish
came
sounding.
from.
It's very like folk, mellow Swedish kind of thing. But yeah, the fact that they added that extra little drum break in there and they added the blast beats right at the beginning too. This one is yeah, it's a little bit more amateurish, but that really doesn't take away from the fact that it is really good and honestly really pretty unique, especially for a Brazilian death metal band.
That's what I'm
really
saying.
Get
Yeah,
a lot of this stuff, really cool stuff, and I love how fucking raw this is, man. Like this, when you expect mellow death, you expect that big production, lame, like roll your fucking eyes. You have to like want to try to like it. This is just brutal right off the bat, and it's great.
yeah. It's like they said, honest. Like all those,
It's very
takes.
it's very honest.
All those
That's
takes.
why I love the '90s mellow death stuff because it's so experimental and just honest.
Like you can hear like the drummer fucking giving it his all for all those blast beats and stuff like that, and then hopping on the 16-note ride grooves and stuff like that. It's just like fucking sick. Like you could tell that these guys jammed this shit like for multiple times a week getting ready for this once it was written to record it. It's just so well done. And like I said, we did some more Eat Your Vegetables death metal last time with Desolate, but like this is my shit right here. This is like what's it called, death sentence meal or death row meal type shit.
A full-on Paul Core pick.
Yeah.
Paul Core, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, with that, let's get into the next song, perhaps the best, Hyperdimension, and we'll be right back.
This
All right, we're back from the hyperdimension. What do you guys think?
That bass part in the what third quarter was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
What a what a unique approach to having an interlude in a track.
and then
It sounds awesome.
the way they explode into
When they go back into that riff, the bass isn't doing that. Like the bass just introduces that, but then it kind of just goes back to doing the bass part.
yeah,
Mm.
and then that really almost finished sounding kind of breakdown in the middle. That was just like really great too. Yeah, like it's kind of just a couple notes away from being Finn weird.
It was kind of Finn weird at that point.
And I just love the way that they intro it. They have that riff going on, but there's like a ton of drum fills and other sort of instrumentation going on, and then they really settle into it for 4 counts or so. It's just really great. And again, the heavy metal parts that really pop out, they're so good, and like they're almost like, I don't know, like little celebrations of like metal spirit during those times. It's just really, really fucking good.
But you do hear some of the cataclysm in this track as well.
Yeah. Just the way that they go, like there's like a whole hyper blaster, at least as much as this drummer can get into that, but I think with this performance, it just kind of gives off that energy anyway. Like it doesn't have to be a certain BPM to have that feeling. And they kind of conjure that up a lot throughout this song. It's just, and just throughout all their songs too. It just has this raw energy to it, and you could tell it's like recorded live. You could feel that in these songs. But yeah, Dan, what do you think of that one?
Yeah, it seemed like the last song and this song had the same kind of opening where it's like it starts off as death metal and then kind of immediately abandons that. So I like that. It's this one feels a little bit more of a mix than the last one did. The last one felt much more like actual mellow death. This one feels a little bit more like death metal, but the riffs are still really kind of weirdly melodic, maybe not purposefully. I really like that idea though. The idea that you have these tremolo riffs that aren't obviously trying to be melodic, but they end up doing this like really weird kind of thing that just ends up that way. I like that.
Yeah, and they're very memorable, especially their like rhythmic riffs. Like I was kind of hearing that as like thrash, but again, it could be like heavy metal too.
Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, thrash is like the same thing. I think the thing that maybe me and you are both sort of being averse to thrash is like that stuff has moments that are great, but a lot of the time it has this like punk attitude that is a bit annoying and almost this like samey kind of attitude. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah,
it's like there's not much. There's not too much. There's almost like a safeguard where they're like, let's not go too far beyond the thrash thing. Like we're a thrash band, so we have to do this. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But to sort of have that within the context of a lot of different stuff, kind of an extreme way, that's cool. I like it.
Yeah, what about you, Fred?
Well, I like that there's a lot more on this track to figure out than there was on the last one. The last one was a great track, but a bit too short to really get into the meat of it. This one really lets them, like Dan pointed out, this track, it kind of expands on its sound a little bit more. The last one was a bit more mixed together, so all the elements were there, but a bit harder to pick out. Whereas in this, it kind of goes through passages where you can really like distinctly point out, you know, this feels a lot more heavy metal. This feels a lot more, whatever, like Cataclysm, even some Deicide in there. So I find this track kind of put their influences a bit more on their sleeve, a bit more readily audible um, than the last one. So, no, awesome track, and I
A
still hear a
cool
lot
true
of
metal find.
yeah, I still hear a lot of Quebec death metal in this, like with Cataclysm. Maybe not Cryptopsy because they're a bit too spastic, but like maybe Gorelust, maybe Cryptic Cremation.
Yeah,
I might just
Goreless
be
with
thinking
like
that because
that breakdown for sure.
yeah, I might just be thinking Cryptic Cremation because the cover feels really similar to that one, but whatever.
But at this point, this is kind of the stuff that you want, isn't it? It's like this is sort of, like we talked about the Argoslint track in the beginning. This is sort of predating, maybe not predating, but it's doing what people seem to want nowadays, where it's like extreme shit that is catchy and
Yeah,
kind of crazy. Because
really,
it is all those things combined.
yeah, really ahead of its time. But of the times too, because
Yeah.
there's bands in from their country that are way more extreme than this. There's bands that are way more melodic than this before these came out, but in order to infuse this sound, really gave them such a great identity. Like I don't hear any other bands that sound like this, and even the more um, like I consider this super death metal, but like other bands that I consider like that kind of take a little bit more from Cryptopsy than Cataclysm, and I feel like these guys take more from Cataclysm than Cryptopsy here.
Agreed.
Yeah, there's not much like agonizing death metal here. It's more of an epic feel to it. I kind of didn't get that sense when I was listening to it originally, but I kind of just caught some of the most catchy parts. But yeah, it's this is very cool stuff. You don't really catch that at first, though. I feel like I really didn't think this is a melodic band when I heard it. I heard little bits and pieces of here and there, but
It's like every riff.
yeah. But when you kind of get into it, it's
No, yeah, I understand that because I immediately liked this when I heard it, and
well, maybe because like some of the first riffs you hear are death metal riffs, and then you kind of expect something, and then it's just like it goes into all these things that you just didn't expect to happen.
yeah,
I think that's what it is.
yeah, I think that this, like, I was really excited to bring this on. I've had this on my list for a while, and I'm glad I just kind of pulled the trigger on it because it's just such a fascinating, unknown release coming from somewhere unexpected.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah, and I hope it goes through with us being able to release some CDs of these demos because
Yeah, we just got to get to work
be
with that
cool.
fucking Galicia goddamn repress.
yeah, because I like even if this shit is a hard sell, whatever, I just fucking want it for myself because it's
They're
just
all
so
a
good.
hard sell. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is like what's it called? What's that
It's
label?
worth it.
What's that label you like? Something obscurity. They like
Oh,
Fred.
Doomed to Obscurity?
Yeah, this is like a perfect release for them,
Yeah, it'd be a great fit on there too. Yeah.
but we got to them first.
You're doomed to BBR.
But
It's
yeah,
like, fuck.
any final thoughts here, guys?
Just a cool find in general. I mean, I hadn't heard of these guys at all, and that doesn't tend to happen too often these days. Especially when it
True.
comes to
Somehow
Brazil.
Fred knows everything.
But
Got him.
Got him. You got the Metal Lord. Got him. Oh, you stumped the trunk.
no, great find. Both EPs, and even as I was listening to the first one, Transfigured earlier, I thought I would like that one more than Drawn.
Mhm.
I'm not so sure. Like they're pretty even. I know I know Drawn has a lot more modernisms especially in the production, but it doesn't feel as unhinged as the first one. But it has its own charm too. I don't know. Like I have a hard time picking a favorite between the two. I thought it'd be pretty clear cut, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Yeah, because it's definitely a progression in their sound, like
Hmm.
not only being a little bit more modern, but just also mature in their songwriting. Like they all have that same melodicism throughout, but it's just a little bit more honed in here on Drawn Through the Portal of War. And that was my first exposure to them. And as soon as I heard that, I went back and listened to everything they had, and it all captured my attention equally. And it's just such a great great band, and killer logo, killer covers for these demos too.
Hmm.
Yeah, I dig the art.
I really enjoy.
That's important. Digging the art.
Yeah, and again, I can't hammer this home more than I already am, but hearing this shit and finding out they're from Brazil is kind of just like a mind fuck.
Totally.
But yeah, you got anything else, Dan, or are you good?
I guess the last thing I can say is I think this is a new classic for me. There's still stuff in here, like some of my favorites, where I think I'm gonna have to listen to these two demos over and over again because I'm finding stuff that I wasn't hearing throughout the week.
Yeah, and there's a ton of yeah. I think I've already sent you a couple. Well, just now and then previously, like some things I would want to be influenced by with this for Galicia and stuff. Like it's just,
Yeah, one of them we already did.
Yeah.
Intro for song 2.
Yeah, and I think I don't even think we played that part, but it's just like that just kind of goes to show that this is like there's honestly like no filler in any of these records, and it's honestly quite a quick listen. Like I was able to listen to this like almost like 15 times throughout the week, just back to back, both demos, and it's really really great. And I hope the piggies like this premium slop here. No poison.
It's short. These two demos were short, but yeah, there's a ton to dissect in here, and I will be coming back to these because every single part was great. No filler, all just a lot
Filler.
of stuff to pay attention to.
Fred,
New
Uh,
classic for me.
I was gonna say
I
Fred.
have one thing to add. The cover to the Transfigured demo, I just realized it's the same artwork as Angel Witch, self-titled,
It is.
Just in
It's blue,
blue.
though.
and it's kind of squished too.
Yeah, it is. That's
Just
an
thought I'd throw
ode
it in
if
there.
I ever saw one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna say Fred, if you saw this, would you pick it up? But there's none out there. But the BBR released it. Would you pick it up?
Yeah, I would. And
He would pick it up because I would send it to him.
Pick it up from the mailbox.
Yeah,
No, but if
go to the mailbox and pick it up, literally.
No. Put it this way: if I found the demo cassette, I'd totally pick it up. The other thing, I didn't get a chance to hear the later stuff, but it's you said
Neither
it's
did
good,
I.
right?
Yeah, it's good. It just has a little bit more modern recording styles to them. They
Yeah.
re-recorded some of these old songs. I think like 5 of them, and then I think it's
They
actually
turn out
more.
well?
Yeah, it turns out well, but I'm always just more of a fan of old school production and
Sure.
stuff.
Same.
So, you can listen to both. I know that they released Transfigured as an EP digitally, so you can find that on like streaming and stuff, but nothing for Drawn at the moment. But yeah, I hope we're able to release this one because it'd be great to just have it out on a CD.
I would do a full bow, not a shit bow to this.
For a band so underground, I feel like I was able to get a lot of meat out of it just with being able to interview the Tiago, the bass and vocalist here, and just the songs themselves. It's like there's a lot of there's just a lot of substance there, and I think we're gonna, as we've been going on, just keep finding more and more stuff that's underground, and it seems like there's always going to be stuff to talk about with bands like this, and especially if you're able to contact them, because you get more insights into how the sausage is made there.
Like Bubba once said to me, there's always going to be something out there that blows your mind.
Taking it to die, running up, reaching for me. They're on the night, see me as a meal they want to eat alive. Mindless hunger in their eyes, filthy claws grasping my feet, slashing wounds my ankles bleed. They don't zombies.